Welcome to Ocean Liner Quiz Hub, your history quiz channel to all things maritime. Today, let's test our knowledge of RMS Titanic. Books and documentaries with 25 questions and just 8 seconds to answer each. But before we begin, we ask that you consider subscribing to the channel. Hit the bell to stay updated with our quizzes, testing your knowledge of iconic vessels. Now, let's dive in to see how well you know about RMS Titanic. The first question says, which book details Titanic's wireless operations? Titanic Calling, SOS Titanic, The Wireless Age. Titanic Calling explores ship's communication systems. Titanic's Morse code SOS was one of the first ever sent. Before that, they used CQD, which sounds more like a DJ name than a distress call. Author of A Night to Remember, Walter Lord, Logan Marshall, Archibald Gracie. Walter Lord, classic account of Titanic's sinking. The book was so good, it inspired a movie. Imagine writing a book so legendary that Hollywood calls you up. Which documentary features Titanic's construction? Titanic, Birth of a Legend. Titanic, The Aftermath. Titanic, Voices from the Deep. Titanic, Birth of a Legend, focuses on ship's building process. Who wrote The Loss of the SS Titanic? Lawrence Beesley, Joseph Conrad, Robert Ballard. Lawrence Beesley, survivor's first-hand sinking account. 5. Titanic. The ship magnificent covers what? Design details, passenger stories, rescue operations. Design details. In-depth look at ship's architecture. Titanic had 4 funnels, but only 3 actually worked. The 4th was just for looks. Talk about style over function. Which film explores Titanic's discovery? Titanic Revealed, Ghosts of the Abyss. Titanic, Anatomy of a Disaster. Ghosts of the Abyss, James Cameron's deep-sea exploration. Author of Titanic, An Illustrated History. Don Lynch, Ken Marshall, Robert Ballard. Don Lynch, Visual Chronicle of Titanic's story. Which book analyzes Titanic's safety failures? Titanic, Safety at Sea. Titanic and the Indifferent Stranger. The Titanic Effect. The Titanic Effect examines maritime safety post-disaster. Titanic Voices is based on survivor letters, crew interviews, passenger diaries. Survivor letters, compilation of personal correspondence. 10. Which documentary features survivor interviews? Titanic, Death of a Dream. Titanic, The Survivors. Titanic, The Legend Lives On. Titanic, Death of a Dream, includes first-hand survivor testimonies. Imagine surviving one of history's biggest disasters. What would you do next? Hit like and subscribe if you love Titanic history. Author of Titanic, A Survivor's Story. Archibald Gracie, Lawrence Beesley, Jack Thayer. Archibald Gracie. Detailed personal sinking experience. Which book covers Titanic's legal aftermath? Titanic on Trial. The Titanic Inquiry. Judging the Titanic. Titanic on Trial. Documents official investigation proceedings. Titanic. Triumph and tragedy includes photographs, blueprints, passenger lists. Photographs. Extensive visual documentation. From luxury to lifeboats, it's all here. Which film examines Titanic's sister ships? Titanic's Sisters. Titanic, the whole story. Titanic, the complete series. Titanic's Sisters focuses on Olympic and Britannic. 15. Author of The Night Lives On. Walter Lord, John Maxstone Graham, Charles Pellegrino. Walter Lord. Sequel exploring Titanic myths. Was there a fire before the iceberg? Were there warnings ignored? So many questions. Which book discusses Titanic's cultural impact? Titanic Culture. Titanic and Popular Memory. Titanic, The Legacy. Titanic Culture analyzes ship's influence on society. Titanic, Women and Children First focuses on survival stories, ship's design, captain's decisions. Survival stories highlights experiences of women/children. Which documentary covers Titanic's final hours? Titanic, The Last Signals. Titanic, The Final Word. Titanic, Death of a Dream. Titanic, The Final Word. Detailed analysis of ship's sinking. Did the ship really break in two? Could more have survived? So many mysteries still remain. Author of Titanic, Fortune and Fate. Beverly Macmillan, John P. Eaton, Stephen J. Spignesi. Beverly Macmillan explores passengers' destinies. 20. Which book details Titanic's artifacts recovery? Titanic, The Artifact Exhibition. Exploring the Deep. Titanic, Treasures of the Deep. Titanic, Treasures of the Deep. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Author of Titanic, The Ship That Never Sank. Robin Gardiner, Daniel Allen Butler, Senan Milani. Robin Gardiner proposes Titanic Olympic switch theory. Which documentary examines Titanic's sister ship Britannic? Britannic, The Forgotten Sister, Titanic's Lost Sister, HMHS Britannic, The Real Story. Titanic's Lost Sister explores Britannic's history and sinking. Titanic, The Last Great Images features photos by Robert Ballard, Ken Marshall, James Cameron. Robert Ballard showcases latest images of wreck site. 24. Which book discusses Titanic's impact on immigration? Voyage of the Damned, Steerage, The Immigrant's Story, Titanic, Immigration and the Aftermath. Steerage, The Immigrant's Story, focuses on third-class passengers' experiences. Last question for the day. Author of Titanic, The Ship of Dreams. Gareth Russell, Nicholas Wade, Richard Davenport Hines. Gareth Russell chronicles 6 first-class passengers' fates. Some lived, some didn't, but their stories are unforgettable. And that's the end of today's quiz. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more epic videos such as this. Thank you for watching, friends. See you in the next quiz. Bye-bye.